Imagine you encounter your ideal self, the person you've always dreamed you could become, radiant, accomplished, thriving. This vision of your highest potential leaves you awestruck. Then the feeling transforms into regret. This idealized you is no illusion. They simply made different choices. Which means your unfulfilled life is a product of your own actions. Suddenly, your mundane existence feels unbearable. You've seen the mountaintop yet remain stuck in the valley. This glimpse of unrealized potential will now haunt you. But it need not be this way. You can narrow the gap between present and potential. Many feel entitled to more out of life, yet take little action to achieve it. Expectations exceed effort. Rather than looking inward, it's easier to cast blame outward, at society, circumstance, or luck. Anger bubbles beneath the surface, fists raised in impotent rage at the heavens. But the true conflict lies within. In truth, most barely scrape the surface of their potential. We were gifted this precious human life, yet squander it distracted and unfulfilled, lost in patterns of empty pleasure-seeking rather than purposeful self-actualization. From the luxury of first-world comforts, it's tempting to believe we've ascended Maslow's hierarchy. Our basic needs are met, but few climb to the upper reaches of self-realization. We've grown complacent, denying the yearnings of our higher self. Too much time and opportunity breeds idealism without the effort to manifest it. As in Huxley's Brave New World, unlimited pleasure leaves us empty at the core. We seek wholeness through fragmentation, momentary escapes over a meaningful journey. This avoidance often stems from fear. Fear of stepping outside our comfort zones, of risking failure or judgment. Easier to fantasize about ideal lives than embark on the messy work of creation. Like lobsters in a bucket, we pull each other down rather than lift others up. Yet somewhere deep down, a voice calls us to more. Our true self knows we're made for realization, not stagnation. That fulfilling work and purpose await those bold enough to tune out society's songs of complacency. Courage and discipline pave the way, but ignorance has its own cost. The highest human calling is active engagement in bettering ourselves and uplifting life. We must shake off distractions to hear this inner voice of conscience. Its whispers give direction. Now we must take the first steps. This lack of drive to realize our potential stems from a lack of ownership. It's easier to play the victim, blaming outside forces, than take responsibility for our trajectories. We must awaken from this sleep. Each person is the root cause behind their circumstances. Even amidst real hardship, we choose how we frame and respond to challenges. As the Stoics knew, nothing can disturb your inner peace without permission. Most drift through life on autopilot, never questioning ingrained patterns, waiting endlessly for the right moment to better ourselves. Time marches on. Our choices shape its path. Discipline can triumph over the mysterious force of habit. Don't you ever wonder why life may seem dull? Why you only experience a small range of emotions or life events? It's the patterns which you consistently funnel yourself through resulting in the same outcomes. You must get comfortable stepping outside of what's comfortable. New patterns, new habits, new thoughts, new decisions, all lead to new outcomes. Realize that man is a slave to habit. Therefore, remove all negative habits and create positive ones. Neuroplasticity reveals our brains stay malleable and capable of change throughout our entire lives. New neural pathways pave the way for reinventing ourselves. Skills once viewed as innate gifts or reserved for the special few become recognized as the fruits of dedicated training. Skill is nothing more than talent multiplied by effort. For achievement, it'd be skill multiplied by effort. The constant here is effort, for no great achievement ever accomplished by man alone was without some degree of effort or skill. Genius emerges from deep immersion in a craft, not raw talent alone. With focused effort, we can rise beyond inborn abilities. As Edison said, even genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. By taking ownership, we seize authority over our identities and destinies. Each small choice compounds into dramatic results over time. The path we walk today determines the landscape we'll inhabit tomorrow. With consistent action, we orient our lives to the magnetic pull of purpose. No longer drifting aimlessly, but moving with awakened intention. Progress might seem gradual, but consistent, daily steps toward any goal result in success. As we patiently chop a tree, perhaps the fourth or fifth blow may not do it, but at some point in time, the tree must fall. At the heart of self-actualization lies a crystal-clear vision. Envision what you truly desire from life, not in vague, fleeting notions, but in sharp, vivid details. This vision must permeate every facet of your existence. All decisions, all actions, all thoughts must be channeled through this vision, helping you determine whether you're moving closer or further from it. But don't merely play any game. Choose one that's compatible with your strengths, values, and interests. A game that feels as if you belong in the arena. The worst thing you can do is play another man's game. Find one you may succeed in, win, and actualize your uniqueness. Like a chess grandmaster, each move should be deliberate, reverse-engineered from the endgame you've set. Beware of the cost of ignorance. The gaps in your knowledge and skills aren't mere voids, but opportunities awaiting to be learned. However, to truly journey towards this vision, one must first dispel the habitual self. It's not about renouncing who you are, but embracing the evolution into who you aspire to be. Real transformation begins when the lines blur between aspiration and reality, and you start living as the best version of yourself. Understand that habits aren't mere repetitive actions, but intricate systems, each working towards a specific goal. These systems thrive on clear objectives, whether they are immediate or long-term. Embrace the idea of compound interest, often championed as the world's eighth wonder. Many of us oscillate between mere survival and barely getting by, but the magic lies in transcending these states. The same principles that ensure basic survival can, when amplified, elevate us to heights unseen before. When you take a look at this chart here, you'll notice a pattern. We get just above survival to just get by. Then once we get too comfortable, we allow ourselves to slip and fall back to levels where our survival is at stake. The key here is to keep doing more of what's working. That's what will help you reach success. This brings us to the most important human trait, focus. Beyond mere concentration, focus is our ability to channel our consciousness, to hone it into a laser beam of awareness and understanding. Millennia have shaped this peculiar human trait, allowing us to delve deeply, whether it's an academic subject or a tangible skill. With profound understanding emerges mastery, a path that promises liberation from unfulfilled potential. The synergy of focus and time is powerful, but only if one respects and leverages both. The fool squanders time and in the end is left with nothing but regret. To underestimate focus is to overlook the essence of human achievement. It stands as the prime differentiator in the spectrum of success. When focus is channeled, nurtured, and multiplied, it paves the way for exponential growth and unparalleled achievements. Harness it, and the world bows to the might of your potential. The scariest person to meet is the person you could have been. Most men lead lives of quiet desperation and go to their graves with the song still in them. Henry David Thoreau.